Hello everyone, it's Christina from Christina's Art Corner. I thought I would go ahead and make good on my promise that I would use the new Inktense colors. I had told you on the haul where I had gotten these from Colt Pens, and I had to take the stickers off of the top of them, and then I sharpened them, and I'm only going to use these colors. And I decided what might go best with that is a Kerby page and explain what I'm going to do. So we have Alien Worlds by Kerby Rosanes, and I picked this page. I have some watercolor sheets taped together to go underneath. I've got my rag. I have some brushes. I have a Princeton Select Flat Wash 3/4 inch. I have a Princeton Round number 10. I just want to roll. And I have an Artistic Bear Company from Chloe Rose Art. She's a YouTuber. And that one's a long, thinner one. And then I have this Filbert, which is a Robert Simmons number 8. And so these are the ones that I have slated to use. And I kind of want, I may have to obstruct some view a little bit while because this was wanting to pop up. I did break the spine, but having a piece of paper under here is making it want to pop up a little bit. My thought process is that I'm going to use the pencils straight on the paper, but I may also decide to use, this is an old cutting board, gosh, from probably 15-20 years ago, and it's a little rough. And so I thought that I could go ahead and use some of the pencils to get the pigment on here and then use a brush to not get some pencil strokes in larger areas. So that's the idea there. And then I am using Color with Claire's Derwent Inktense 100 Pencils Color Family Chart. This is a second print of this, and the reason I did that is I just wanted the colors that are new so that we could just use those as I mentioned I would do. So I'm going to use that as an opportunity to see what colors we have and what they look like on paper. And I figured let's just go ahead and get started. All right, I'm thinking that I want to do yellows and oranges in this planet. I want to do darker blues for the upper background. And then we have what looks to be Northern Lights. So I want to use green and pink. And I think what I want to do is this planet here. All right, that should be good. Doesn't really allow you to see the colors, however, but we're just going to go with the planet, so let's see what happens. Okay. I will talk along the way. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to use is lemon. And hopefully you just saw my huge haul video. Seems to be doing well on the YouTube spaces. And I'm just going to randomly put colors here, because they're gonna get blended anyway. All right, let's see if there's any other place that I want the yellow. Like I said, the idea is to use the colors not to be super particular, because whenever I do an Inktense page, it's spacing it. I don't just leave the Inktense by itself, because sometimes I want to either tweak the color or I want to do some shading, but this is a good way to get a lot of color on the page. All right, so we used our first one. The second one is Golden Sun. So we're gonna go in with this. Changed a little bit of the setup on my desk, so I'm hoping not to get any shaking. I did hear back from Dell that my new computer is coming today, not July 5th. So we will see. If I get a knock on the door and pause you, that will be why. Okay, let's go over on this edge. All right, let's go in here a little bit. So this video may wind up on my laptop rather than having to do it on my phone, which I would be very grateful. Very grateful for. The app isn't too bad, but you know, I had all of my things together on my laptop, desktop, my intros, my text for YouTube. I was having to manually do that. You know, just things that you make life easier for yourself after you've been doing the YouTube for a little bit. I find it can be very time consuming if you don't give yourself some cheat sheets. All right. Moving on to Mango. So let's go in between. Let's go all the way up in here. Let's do this one here. All right, let's do some of this mango. You can hear my markers shaking on the table. They're right here. And on my laptop, what I was missing is I can stabilize my video. So if I have any shaking going on, like if I'm pressing hard or whatever the case may be, I'm able to stabilize the video. And I have missed that on these last two videos that I did with the phone app. I guess it's just what you get used to, really, isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna start going into some of these spaces here. Some of these craters. What seems to be anyway. Next, we're going to use orange sorbet. So let's go in this area here. And over here. And let's do this area. Here's some people doing yard work because we're supposed to get rain. And all the neighborhood gets out their lawnmowers and starts mowing. It's a mad rush. Okay. Alright. Let's do this over here. I remember, I think it was last summer, we actually saw the Northern Lights here in Pennsylvania. It was really neat. We had some photos. We had to put a special setting on our phone in order to see it, but it was so neat. My daughter was over here and it was about midnight, 11 or midnight, and we just had so much fun watching the Northern Lights. It was more of a glow than like the dancing lines here because of our location, but it was lots of fun. Do any of you live where you can see them? I know many of my subscribers live in northern areas, so I wonder if you get to see them, if you're lucky enough. I'd love to stay in one of those pods in Alaska, or like the domes, you know what I'm talking about? That would be lots of fun. Where you open up the sliding doors and the Northern Lights are basically in your room. Okay. I think that's enough of that. Let's go in with paprika. And I'm gonna do that one right up here. Want a nice pop of red. I wonder how many of you have gotten the Inktense. I know it's more easily and readily accessible to those outside of the US. And what you think about them. I think they're definitely good additions to the set. From what I can tell on my initial observations. And even though I'm kind of sectioning off these colors, they're all gonna blend together. Because I'm gonna take that water, which I may have to get up and get actually. I don't think I made a jar of water. Silly me. Thought I was all prepared. Okay. Let's go over here and get some of this paprika going. Okay. The next one we have is Wild Flame, and then we're going to have Persian Red right next to it. Also, I miss putting music in my videos, which I use Epidemic Sound, and I was not able to do that on the software comfortably anyway, for reasons of copyright and whatnot. I was so devastated my laptop blew up. For those of you that don't know, I was editing a video and all of a sudden there was a spark in the back of my laptop and then a bunch of smoke. And of course the awful smell that goes along with that. And I have lived through a house fire, so that smell is never forgettable. And so I jumped up, unplugged the cord from the wall, and then shut down the laptop because it didn't like fry it right away. And so I was able to shut it down, and then I immediately called about repairs. And I went to Geek Squad, Best Buy, and the young whippersnappers there said, yeah, your graphics card is fried. Yeah. So I walked away sad. They said, you gotta call Dell. And so I did, opened up a ticket. That was a really long process. Had to chat with someone in their like messenger app. I think I'm gonna go down and do some yellow here, and then after I use the darkest Persian red, do I want to go that close to the Northern Lights? I suppose I will. Yeah, so it's been a process, and I've been kind of a crybaby about it, to be honest. Not really crying, but I had so many plans for videos, and I've basically lost 2 weeks of posting, which affects a lot of things. So mostly mentally, you get out of the groove, and that's not fun. but we'll see if it comes in today. All right, do I want to put this red? Maybe I want to create a little red area here. Maybe one here. Bring that back in a little bit. Go in these little darker areas. And then I think I want this to be yellow. Okay, so let's go back on that lemon and let's do that here. Maybe I'm gonna go over some of what I've already done on the darker colors with the yellow, so I can get some mixture of colors. Make this a little darker. Brighter, I should say. Okay, so we have that portion done. Just want to go see some splotchy areas here. Not that the water won't cover them, but since I see it, let's fix it. All right, so we have that done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pencils down. All right, now I have the pink flamingo, which I think I want to save for the borealis, but we can go ahead and start that. And then I wanted the mint leaf green, but I'm just going to go in order of the pencils so I can keep things straight. I think maybe I'm going to do, maybe it might be nice to do the pink over here and the green over here. How about that? All right, just gonna go in here and follow the lines. I think I'll make this one is gonna be pink flamingo too. I am pressing a little hard because I want good color payoff. So maybe I might be able to edit this video on the new laptop, although I'm going to have to reinstall all my softwares. So we'll see. I hope so. I like for there to be music in between the lulls where I'm not talking and just concentrating. Okay, I think I'll wrap this around this way. And then I'm gonna have the green. I guess I'm gonna go further with the pink. Because the ship is going to be grays. And I may do a highlight color on the ship. So I think I'll go on this side of the ship with the pink. And I'll bring it over to this side, and then I'll start, I don't know about the pink and green combo, but that's what we're gonna do. All right. I believe it's mint leaf. Mint leaf is the one that so let's go in with this. Minty green. Sorry if my hand's getting in the way. It's going to be interesting how this turns out, because I don't normally limit myself in a palette like this. So we'll see if I feel the need to tweak it after. I'm going to try to stay true. Okay. Now, I'm gonna leave this one to the side since I used it, and the next colors are going to be a plum amethyst and the blues. So I think I want to do this planet here, some of those colors. I still have 2 greens left. So let me just decide here. Do I want to go with a purpley sky? Or more of a purpley planet and a blue sky? From the pictures that I've looked at on the Northern Lights, I mean, it depends on what vantage point you're at, but I've seen a lot of the darker blue with purples looking down on the city. So maybe I'll do all of the blues and get some purples in the planet. Maybe that's what we'll do. That is what we're gonna do. Okay. All right, let's go in with some sugar plum. And then the other purple is going to be nightshade. All right. let's just start. Okay. I'm going to reserve some of those darker areas for the next shades. Go in with some of this color on this side. Okay. So let's do some of this. So basically wherever he doesn't have, Kerby doesn't have hash marks, I'm trying to put in this lighter color. Just being very liberal with the color here. This is a large planet. this side. All right. This is a lot of purple. All right, let's just start getting in. Let's see here. This was sugar plum. Although this amethyst, let's just see how it does. switch over to this side. Let's get some of this in here. I'm going faster than usual just to save us all time. Okay, I'm going to go back and fill in with some of the sugar plum. Thinking I want to make these two areas a different color. I mean, it will be in the same family, but go back with amethyst. I'm gonna keep them both in my hand. Okay, so I'm gonna take a quick break. Hopefully it will be 1 second for you and just a few minutes for me. Okay, we're back. Oh, my computer did come early. They shipped it FedEx, so I just got it while I was on break. And I'm having to install all of my editing software and just all of the things. So I thought I would do a little bit of that first and come back to this. And I was going to activate this when I came back, but I think I'm going to go ahead and keep filling in this larger planet here. And I want to look at the colors that I have left, because I know for the sky up here, if you will, I want to have the darkest blues. So we have denim, dark cerulean, there's a lighter Malibu, and then these greeny blues here. And then I've got 2 greens left. So I don't think I want to put greens with purples necessarily. I could make this planet over here. I could make this some greens here. So that's an option. That I still have a night shade purple and a violet blue. And then the lapis blue, denim, and dark cerulean. So I think we're going to have to be creative in how I do the rest of this planet, so that maybe I have the purple coming from the sides. I'll mix it in here and then do some blues. And I think I'll make this maybe a water area. So I think there I'm going to use this Malibu color, which is this right here. It's the lighter blue. And I may incorporate the sea breeze and mineral blue as well. So let's just see what we've got here. All right. Go in with this here first. Go down here a little bit. I'm so excited to have my computer come early. I was really thinking I was going to have to wait till July. Having to reinstall all the apps, however, is not terribly fun. All right, I'm going to use the Sea Breeze, which is a teal. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a mixture here. And the mineral blue, I want to keep all of these out. This is the mineral blue. These blues are very pretty. Trying to use the edge of the pencil so I don't get sharp pencil markings. All right, and then I'm going to use this. This is the Malibu. here with the Malibu. And then the sea breeze. And go in with the lighter blue, which is the Malibu. And I'm going to fill in the rest of these areas, and if I need to go any darker, I will. All right. I think I may wind up doing that a little bit over here too. So we have two areas of what looks like water maybe. Alright, let's see if there's any other place I want to put in some of this blue. Maybe I could do some small areas. I'm just afraid of making the whole planet purple, you know. I'm going to gradually put in these little areas of blue with the purple. Okay, and I might do, excuse me, one more little area over here. Got to get in this crease a little bit. Okay, I think I have enough variation with some blue. So I've got these colors used, and I want to go back with these purples. And finish this part here. This is a huge planet. It's taking a long time to fill. That's why I'm not being too terribly particular or neat, because it's all gonna get blended anyway. I think I'm deciding, for the sake of time, I'm just gonna go over this whole area and then come back and fill in the darker color. Just to save us a little bit of time. Going back over the hash marks. Okay. Just going back over these darker areas. So I went a little light-handed in the beginning. Sharpen. So I think I need to figure out whether this is part of the moon or if I'm making that, because there's a bunch of hash marks, but it doesn't look like it belongs to the lights. Yeah, it's part of the planet, this one. So let's go in with, gosh, I really hate to put anything up against that green. Let's go with a darker yellow, which is the golden sun. Oh, you know what? There is a gold one down here that we haven't used. Yep, gold. I'll combine it. Let's see here. I want to go in with this Persian red. Okay. So what do you think about activating some of this? I think it's about time. Okay, let me go get my water real quick. I'll be right back. Unless I feel like I have something I could put water in. I do. do. Good old mason jars lying around. So I think I'll stick to activating the planet. Yeah, just making sure you can see okay. Let me get this all the way in there. So the spine doesn't absorb all the water. Okay, this isn't going to be a lot of water, but it's what we're going to use for now, so I don't leave you hanging. I've got another one in case I need it. All right, so let's put these pencils aside. All right, let's do this, shall we? Let's see, what brush do I want to go in? I think I want to use this Princeton round. Let me get my rag ready. And let's see if I can zoom you in anymore. There we go. Okay. Down the middle of the spine so that has a chance to do its thing. Get a little bit into this blue here. Okay. Trying to be careful not to activate the pink yet on the Northern Lights. Okay, why don't we start activating this area here? I will have some shading to do on this planet unless I want to go a little darker with the Inktense, just as far as I can judge right now. Trying to keep these colors as intact as I can, rather than smudging them all around. Sorry for all the clanking on the jar. I'm gonna make sure I've got it all activated. Okay. So that's looking good so far. Like I said, I think I'm gonna have to darken. Maybe I'll do again with Inktense once it's completely dry. I wouldn't want to touch it while it's wet, but I think we can do this planet over here in the greens I was speaking about. I've got three greens. So let's just do an outline. This is the lime green. And then we have olivine and jungle green. And jungle green seems to be next. And then the olivine will be at the bottom. Some interesting choices of color, just using these these from the new set of Inktense, but we're gonna make it work. It'll come together in the end. For sure. right, so let's see what that does. I'm gonna go around the lightest first. Pretty cool. All right, and then the rest of this is going to be our blues. And I think the way that I want to do that is by doing this. But I think I'm gonna give this all a chance to dry to make sure I'm not bleeding into anything. Make sure all of these areas are truly activated. And our northern lights are going to be last. I just feel that will be the best way to do that. See a couple areas here that aren't activated as well. Okay, minus a few little tweaks here and in there. I think we're on the right track. But I did want to make sure some of these darker areas did get the attention they needed. All right. So that is it for now. When we come back, we're gonna do the background, and I'm gonna do that by rubbing the pencils on this board here, and that way I won't get any striping or anything in the background since it's plain white. I don't want to do that. And yeah, so I'll see you in a little bit. Bye-bye now. Okay, here we are again. What I'm going to do is let's get our chart out. I'm going to use the dark cerulean, the Nightshade, Denim, and then I'm going to go with Asphalt for the sky. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to get some color on here. Just shaking off the crumbs. So dark cerulean and then Nightshade. All right, and then Denim. Kind of twisting it around to get less remnant. Okay, and then Asphalt. That's because my cutting board is got lots of cuts in it. It's getting scraped. Okay, we're gonna start off with that, and then I'm going to pre-wet. I'm gonna do one side at a time, I think, just to gain some control. And I want possibly to go in with the Princeton 3/4 inch brush. And I'm just going to pre-wet these areas. And then I'm going to get these wet. Got some bleed through on the other side. Should have used a plastic sheet. Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. This is affectionately what I call the ugly stage of the page. And in case you're wondering, I'm gonna wait to the very last thing to do the lights, the northern lights. What I'm thinking is, because this didn't turn out dark enough for me, that I just hauled these in my last video. It is the multi-surface satin black, and then I'm gonna put the extreme glitter over it in these cloud areas. And when I go over here to the stars, I think I'm going to do my best to leave them so that I can make those a nice white or yellow, depending on how I'm feeling about it. So let's see what we can do here. There we go. All right, clean slate. Let's see what we can do. This is very gloppy and gloopy. All right. Just gonna follow the lines that are already given. But I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to even this out and then spread the glitter on it once it's dry to see what that looks like before I go put it all over these dark clouds. See a little bit. There. I guess I could have a little bit running through there. Borealis line. Okay, so here we have so far. I was going to try to make this into one video, but I've decided against it because there's lots of hours that I was working on this. So I decided to show you a long form in the beginning and then show what I'm doing and speed up towards the end. And I think in order for me to finish the page, I need to do a part 2. So I hope you'll stay tuned to the part 2. Make sure you click the notifications bells so that you can see part 2, and look forward to see how this turns out. I'm super excited. We're gonna make these northern lights glittery and shiny and fun, and we have some glitter applied to the clouds. And I'm gonna go in and start darkening some things on the planets, and we'll see what we come up with the spaceship. I'm planning on doing some grays, and I might do a pop of color as well. So I hope to see you in the next one, and I hope you enjoyed this first part. Happy coloring, everyone. Take care.